So we got a question to answer. Um, I changed it around because the title it wasn't gonna make sense by the way they worded the question for me to title the video after that. So I hope I titled it good enough so you can know that this is the reply to your question. So basically, the question was: is there any scriptures about certain sicknesses like high blood pressure and arthritis and cancer? And I'm not sure, but I got I got some clues on where you could possibly find it. So I'm gonna try to track it down and see if I could find it or anything close, and definitely give you recommendations on what I think or where I think it would be if it's in any scriptures, because I've never seen anything to say flat out, like high blood pressure or arthritis. Those might be modern or more modern words. They might not have used those words back in the day. I don't know. So it could have been called something else, possibly. Yeah, share the entire screen. Got it. So I'm going to look inside of a few, or at least one PDF. It's basically, you was asking me about, was it inside of the Old Testament, Pseudo Favorite for Volume 1 or Volume 2? So I'm going to just pull up the book on the screen instead of trying to read it in there, and I'll just show you if I can find anything from the certain books that's in here. The book that I would say it could be in is the Testament of Solomon. That's in this collection of books. I have not read all the books that's in here. It's over 50 different books, probably over 60. I can't remember. I think it's 62. I can't remember. But something just fell. I need to move this thing. Let me just put it over here. There you go. You just stay over there. Okay. Let me check one thing and then we'll get started. Is that it? Yeah. Refresh. No. Right here. Refresh. Thank you. Refresh. No. Right here. Okay, we're good. Now the audio is good, so now I gotta go to the PDF. Is this one it? Okay. Watch out. So this is the Testament of Solomon. Where's the search bar? There it is. This is how I can cheat. Make this bigger. Ooh. Blood. I don't know if I type in blood pressure. I'm sure it's not gonna find anything. Nah. Yeah. See, they don't. You can find blood, and it only occurs one time about blood in the Testament of Solomon, which is not a good sign. I don't know if this is it. They had I don't even know if this is the actual book. It's in brackets where blood occurs. Yeah, it looks like that's commentary and cross references where it's at. So it says, our wrestling is not against flesh and blood, but against principles. Nah, that's not even about blood pressure. So yeah, it's probably not in the Testament of Solomon about blood pressure, but it may word it another way if it's in here. But I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere. But it could be out there. But this book basically has a lot of different spirits that have abilities to do different things to people. And if you read the Testament of Solomon, you may find what you're looking for, you might not. I've never seen a scripture flat out say cancer either. What was the other thing you said? Cancer, arthritis. I don't know if I've seen any scriptures say arthritis. Why is my computer doing that? Nah, I think I spelled cancer right. So I don't know if it's in here. Let me see. Make sure I spelled it right. Yeah, it didn't correct me. So yeah. So yeah, it's not in there about that. The other one was arthritis. I'm almost positive I will spell this wrong. So let me see. Oh, look how I'm spelling it. Oh, okay. I can't get the R in there. Author. Oh, it's not a U. I thought it was a U in there. It sounded like a U would be in there. Author. Author. Like, where did they get the third from? This is how it's spelled. R. Arthritis. It's not even a U in there. People just add a U. I never knew how that was spelled. So now I know. Yeah, I don't think I ever seen this in the scripture, but I could be wrong. Let me go back to the PDF. All right. I might spell this wrong. A-R, what is it? A-R-T, arth. How did it spell it? Arthritis? Arthritis, I think. Hold on, let me make sure. It's right here. Arthritis. Yeah, it doesn't pop up for blood pressure or arthritis and cancer. They don't. If it is in there, they might be under different names. Yeah. Another option is to look for them by the description or the effects of these illnesses and see if anything is similar or exactly like this in the Testament of Solomon. Let me see what the symptoms say. Joint pain, knee or hip pain, swelling, redness in the joints, tenderness in joints, loss of appetite, fever. I think fever and loss of appetite, I think I've seen both of those, but I don't know about maybe swelling. I think. Oh, what the other book at? The Essene Gospel of Peace. That's in my room. So I'll just show it on here because that has possibly something about swelling in it. I don't know about fever. Wait, fever? That one might be in the Bible with Peter's mom. Let me see. Jesus touched Peter's mom, and she. Matthew 8:14-15. Now, when Jesus had come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother, lying sick with a fever. Oh, there's fever right there. So he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and served them. Now, that was a symptom of, what was we just looking at? Arthritis? I'm still putting that U in there, arthritis, since I found out how it's spelled. I didn't mean to hit that video. Oh, by the way, my bad. Yeah, this is where I did read the Testament of Solomon, I believe, all the way through, and maybe cross-referenced it a little bit, but I just wanted to show you that in case you want to just listen to the audio. And they probably have other audios out there, I'm sure. What else? There is another book, though, I want to say I'm almost positive that they have something in here that might relate to some of the symptoms of these things that you were talking about. Like maybe it has the word fever in here because arthritis isn't in here. Yeah, fevers. See, that's probably how we're gonna have to track it down because the word arthritis, I'm still putting that U in there. I'm so used to how people pronounce it. Arthritis isn't in here, but the symptoms of it could be in here. Which one was fever? It says in verse 87 or paragraph 87, the 16th said, it's one of the spirits, I am called Atrax. I inflict upon men fevers, irremediable. Probably didn't say that word properly enough, but and harmful. If you would imprison me, chop up coriander and smear it on the lips, reciting the following charm: the fever which is from dirt, I exorcise you by the throne of the Most High God. I actually like that. Retreat from dirt and retreat from the creature fashioned by God, and at once I retreat. Now I don't know if it's any. Oh, it occurs 5 times. So that's just one verse about it. It also occurs here. The 20th in 91 says, the 20th said, I am called Mardiro. I send on men incurable fever. If anyone write on the leaf of a book, see, I might not say this right. Speehifer. No, Speehiner. There we go. I'm trying to put the H in there. Speehiner. Raphael. Retire, drag me not about, flay me not, and tie it around his neck. I at once retreat. Let's see what else. 95 has fevers in it too. The 25th said, I am called Anatreth, and I ran burnings and burnings. Okay. Burnings and fevers into the entrails. Yeah. I need to verify exactly where that is. I have an idea, but not exactly. Then it says, but if I hear Arara, Cha Rara, instantly do I retreat. Entrails. Allow Mike to educate himself. Search, define. Yeah, define. What is that? A person or animal's intestines or internal organs, especially when removed or exposed. Okay. Bowels, synonyms: guts, chitterlings. Okay. That's funny. Okay. All right. Where's the beginning fever at? 33. It occurs 3 times in here. This one says, but the demon answered me, I am the spirit of the ashes, Tifraz. And I said to him, what is your pursuit? And he said, I bring darkness on men and set fire to fields. And I bring homesteads to naught or nothing. Excuse me. But most busy am I in summer. Yeah, we in that summer. We in summer now. And then it says, however, when I get an opportunity, I creep into corners of the wall by night and day, for I am offspring of the great one and nothing less. Accordingly, I said to him, under what star do you lie? And he answered, in the very tip of the moon's horn. When it is found in the south, there is my star, for I have been bidden to restrain the convulsions of the oh man, that last part messed me up. Hemitertane or tie-in fever. What is that? I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, I never heard of that one. And this is why many men pray to the tan, there we go, fever, using these three names, Bultala, Salal, Melchal, and I healed him. And I said to him, I am Solomon. When therefore you would do harm, by whose aid do you do it? But he said to me, by the angels, by whom also the third day's fever is lulled to rest. So I questioned him and said, and by what name? And he answered, that of the archangel Azael. And I summoned the archangel Azael and set a seal on the demon and commanded him to seize great stones, and toss them up to the workmen on the higher parts of the temple. And being compelled, the demon began to do what he was bidden to do. Maybe I need to read more into that, but that might be all the verses on fever. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's probably how it's gonna have to go. Search for the symptoms of cancer, arthritis, and blood pressure. And it may have some stuff in there about it that way, but the other book is it in here? I don't think so. No, it's in my room. Well, it's Demonology of King James. Don't let the title scare you. Let me go to, you know what? I just had an idea. Take me to blue letter first. And then I'll do this one. Demonology of King James. So, the prices went up. Oh, the one on AB Books is still cheap. That's the one I got. eBay. I think eBay is where I got mine, but wherever you can get a good deal at, if you want to buy it, but you can definitely I actually don't even know if they have a PDF for free, because when I got mine, I just bought it. I'm gonna type in PDF. I'm sure somebody did it. Yep, they got a PDF. It might not be the one you prefer, but they got it for free. You just have to make the words bigger. I don't think I like that one though. Oh, they got more. Okay, well, you can also just read the PDF, or people have read it on YouTube, so you can always just go to YouTube and listen to the audio. I hope I'm not the only one that did it. I don't know. Demonology of King James. Audio, see what we got. Okay, bam. This one. And looks like this one is the whole thing in one. Yeah, I'm thinking mine's isn't the whole thing all in one. I did like 3 different videos because it's like 3 books of it combined in one. It's like book 1, book 2, book 3. So I did like a video on each one, probably with cross references or something in it. Yeah, I think I did show cross references. So don't know if you want to watch mine. Let me see. Demonology. Oops. What's up to whoever's watching too? I haven't seen anything that showed up. What is this? Okay, yeah, that's one. I only see one of my videos on it though. Who is Yahweh? Why study demonology? Okay, yeah, I only see one video by me right now. Maybe I did read it all on one video. I don't know. Maybe. I thought I broke it down in 3. But let's see. The other book that may have, well, I'm like almost positive that this one has it. I might even PDF it and skim through it. It's called Am I spelling that right? Oh, they already knew what I wanted. Essene Gospel of Peace. And it's 4 volumes of it. I haven't read the 4th book. You can buy the books individually, or you can buy the 4 volume set in one, which is what I did, save you some money. You can only get it in paperback though, but it's very, very beneficial. Definitely one of my top 10, if not the best book I've ever read. I did a review on it. I don't know if that will help you. They also have audios of it on YouTube. That's how I first heard it. I listened to that, and the second time I heard it, it was so good, I wanted to buy it. And it was much better when I bought it because I was able to read it at my own pace and like study it and understand more of it than just hearing it. And in that book, Jesus heals people of diseases, and it goes more in depth on him healing people than we get in the New Testament, because in the New Testament it goes over healings too, but not like it does in the Essene Gospel of Peace. The Essene Gospel of Peace is much deeper. It has much more like deeper understandings in it, and the healings in it, and the way he was teaching people to cast out Satan or Hashatan from them, and to fast, and to use the angels of the air, the angel of the sun, the angel of water to help them cast Satan out, and to continually baptize themselves so Satan can't enter them and things like that. Like the New Testament don't talk about some of those things. So I would definitely say read that. I might PDF that. Those are the 3 I would recommend. I should have said them all in the beginning. The Testament of Solomon can be bought by itself, or you can get it with the Old Testament Pisuti Figure, which will cost you more. I've always tried to buy the Testament of Solomon with a collection of books, but you can get it however you want to get it. All of these should be free online to read for free or listen to audio for free. Yeah, I believe they're all, yeah. I don't know if the Essene Gospel of Peace has a PDF for free though. I don't know. You know what? If not, it is definitely a website that you can just read this for free on, because I've done it. And I know I've read it on my YouTube channel. If not, I should have. I don't know why I didn't. I should have. I'm always talking about that one. There it is. There it is. Yeah, I'm on it. Okay. So let me try to PDF that one. I don't know if that's on my website though. We got some comments. I'm sorry. I was reading. What's up, man? Ming says, I'm walking around listening to you. What book is it? In the lost books of the Bible. The infancy of Jesus Christ is good to read about all he does to heal. Okay, there's another suggestion. The infancy, just in case, you might as well read both of them, because I don't know if it's 1 or 2, because it's 2 of them. So you might have to read the first or second, just in case. And I don't recall all of what, the healings that went on in there, because I've only read that book twice, but they were very good. Well, very funny and very good. of the stuff that happened. The second time I read it, it was so funny to me. It was one of the funniest books I ever read. But the first time, it wasn't. It didn't make me laugh like that. Okay, so you say I'm walking around listening to you. What book is it? So the books that we was talking about was the Testament of Solomon. Then I said the King or Demonology of King James, and then what was that last one? The Essene Gospel of Peace. Definitely book one. That's all I might have said. Yeah, I think that's all I said. And then you suggested the Infancy of Jesus Christ. I would say just in case it's not in the first book, read the second one because it's two of them. So, I don't know if it's anything in the Shepherd of Hermas, but I don't know. But I did go through the Testament of Solomon a little bit. So I want to PDF some of the Essene Gospel of Peace before I get off of this. And it could be more on the symptoms of arthritis. I just specifically looked for the fever. Like, I don't know what other symptoms. Let's try cancer. Cancer symptoms. What does it say? Fatigue, lump, or area of thickening that can be felt under the skin. That might be in the Bible and or in the Essene Gospel of Peace. Fatigue. A lot of sicknesses can give you fatigue. Weight changes, including unintended loss or gain, skin changes such as yellowing, darkening. That sounds biblical too. That might be in Leviticus. Some of these things. Healthy swallowing, persistent cough or trouble breathing, changes in. Yeah, I would combine this with the Essene Gospel of Peace and the Bible. Like, because in Leviticus, it talks about somewhere around when the plague of leprosy comes in, or somewhere around there. I remember, see, it says Leviticus 30 all the way to Psalms. It got the word yellow in it. And Leviticus 13:30, it says, Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scale or skull, even a leprosy on the head or beard. Now, that might not be exactly what the symptoms of cancer was talking about when it said what it just said. It said right here, skin changes such as yellowing, darkening, or redness of the skin, sores that won't heal, or changes to existing mold. So that sounds a little different maybe, but that's the first thing I thought about when they said yellow, skin changes, yellowing. I ain't read the whole thing, but that reminded me of Leviticus when it talks about the plague of leprosy. But of course, you can read the whole chapter in context of this to see if anything is similar or matches. Then in 32, it says, oh, by the way, this website is Blue Letter Bible, just in case you want to do some keyword searches in here to see if we can find anything. I use this to shorten stuff down too. So I just came here and typed in a search bar yellow, and it'll pull up every time yellow occurs in the KJV, because over here, it's always on the KJV. You can change it, but the standard is KJV. But if you want to change it, you can change it to whatever they have available. But they don't have all translations and stuff available, but you can change it. But since it's on the KJV, it has to be spelled according to how the KJV spelled their words. And if you spell it wrong, it's not going to find it. So keep that in mind. But Leviticus 13:32, did I read that? No, I didn't. This one says, and in the seventh day, the priest shall look on the plague, and behold, if the skull spread not, and there be in it no yellow hair, and the skull be not in sight deeper than the skin. Then 36 says, then the priest shall look on him, and behold, if the skull be spread in the skin, the priest shall not seek for yellow hair, he is unclean. Psalm 68:13 says, though ye have lion among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of the dove, covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. Okay, so that one don't count. Just Leviticus 13 counts for that one. But it was a guy in Luke 16:19-31 who had like some sores on his body. This might not count, but this could be something that you can look at. So Luke 16:19-31, it says, there was a rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores. It didn't describe it much, but it just said it was full of sores. And then it says, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died. I think that's all they describe about him is his sores. They didn't say much about it, but maybe other translations do. But it just said sores. And if you want to go deeper into it, if necessary, you can look at the word in Hebrew or Greek. This one's going back to Greek for sores to see like what all could it mean, what all could it be, if anything other than just sore. It just a sore that they translated as, but it says a wound, especially a wound producing a discharge pulse. Excuse me. And it also says a ulcer. Excuse me. Ulcer. Sorry, ulcer. I said ulcer. An ulcer. And I never even seen that word, so I don't even know what that means. I would have to educate myself on that. Trying to think of anybody else that comes to mind, like with some sort of skin issue. I know lepers come to mind, but it was another leper in the Old Testament, but I don't know if it describes his skin like that. Let me see these symptoms again. What other? Explain bleeding or bruise. Oh, well, shoot. Yeah, that's in the Bible too. The lady who bled for like 12 years. I don't even know if it said why she was bleeding, but she was bleeding for a very long time. I mean, I'm just going by the symptoms now. I'm just going by the symptoms. I don't know. They actually say her name in a hidden book. I just can't think of which one. It could be in the Old Testament pseudepigrapha, but let me see. What blue letter at? I think they say issue of blood. I think that's how they word it in here. Yeah. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years. That sounds like it. That sounds like one of the symptoms of cancer. It might not be fully labeled as cancer, but I mean, there it is right there. It says, came behind him and touched it. Now, I don't know if it explains why she got it or anything like that, because it's a short little area that she come. Oh, wait, let me see this. Luke 8:43, and a woman having an issue of blood 12 years, which had spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any, came behind him and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood statched. Wow, that's interesting that she went to all these physicians and spent all her money, and they couldn't heal her. That's like today. That is good. I'm glad I came to that. Okay, I'm just checking in now. Let me see. This was the question. Does this contain the names of spirits over sickness like arthritis, cancer, blood pressure? Well, I would have to say yes to that, possibly, based on what I saw, because some of the symptoms of these illnesses are mentioned in there. We saw fever, which was a symptom of arthritis. Now, this one I have not looked for specifically in the Testament of Solomon, but it could have, let's see, persistent cough or trouble breathing, changes in bowel or bladder habits. I'm curious. I'm going to spend a little bit more time just checking out what else is in here. So it said cough. Oh, cough does occur in here. So 100, it says, the 30th said, another spirit, it says, I am called Ali Borith. If in eating fish one has swallowed a bone, oh goodness, then he must take a bone from the fish and cough, and at once I retreat. Okay, that's not exactly what we need. What's the other one? In 92, it says, the 21st said, I am called Alaf, and I cause coughing and hard breathing in children. It specifically said in children, but this does fit the description, sounds like. It says, if anyone write on paper, Rorex, do thou pursue Alaf, and fasten it round his neck, I at once retire, but it's missing fragments after that, so I don't know what else it says, but it sounds like that might be all that's necessary, possibly, for that. But it does say that it is a demon that causes coughing and hard breathing in children, but it doesn't say that you need an angel to cast it out in this one, in this verse. Let me try something else. Swell doesn't occur. What else? It says fatigue. I'm just gonna try fatigue. See what happens. Fatigue doesn't occur in there. Not by that word. Maybe another word. Lump or area of thickening. That is definitely in this same Gospel of Peace. Let me see if it talks about a lump. Nah. I think it says thickening. I don't know if I spelled it right. Yeah. Thickening. My bad. Thickening. No, it says thicken. Okay, nothing about thickening on that. Skin changes, moles. Where we at? Right here. Skin occurs 3 times, well, 4 times. That one isn't talking about what we need, but this one says, and the folds of skins dyed with red with men. This one says that's about a demon. Nah. Nah. Doesn't say anything about what we need for that. Just out of curiosity. Does yellow occur? Nah, yellow doesn't. Thank you. Breathing only occurs 1 time, and that's the one that we went over in the Testament of Solomon. So I'm going to look up the Seen Gospel of Peace PDF and look through this one. Oh crap, I didn't mean to hit that. What is that? Can you give me that? Yeah. Go to search bar. There you go. So let's just see if anything pops up for yellow. Hit that. I keep spelling it wrong. Okay, yellow does pop up. Make it bigger a little bit. Like, um, Patricia, I'm just now seeing this. Hello. I don't know how late I am to seeing it. Patricia says, "Hey there, how's it going? Just need to tell you that right now I'm running some offer and special deals. So if you want anything, that discounts." Oh, okay, okay. Um, nah, I can't do anything right now, Patricia. But thank you. I'm just answering a question for somebody trying to track down if it's in any scriptures that I can find. Um, all right, it's in Gospel of Peace. So it says fatigue, lump, or thickening. I definitely want to look for that. Okay. But I did look for yellow. Yellow occurs only twice. And it says the tenderness of our flesh is born of the flesh of our earthly mother, whose flesh waxes yellow and red in the fruits of the tree. Okay, that's not about a disease, sounds like, so can't use that one. The next one has Satan in the context, so this might be deadly. I don't know. It says in this paragraph, it says, ooh, and above it too, it's talking about, I'm gonna start at the beginning, this one above, because it says, and now Satan sees that the true Lord of your body returns, and that it is the end of his power, wherefore is his wrath. Dang, that popped up. Okay. Wherefore, in his wrath, he gathers his strength once again, that he may destroy your bodies before the coming of the Lord. It is for this that Satan torments you so grievously, for he feels that the end is come. But let not your hearts tremble, for soon will the angels of God appear to occupy again their abodes and rededicate. Did I say that properly? I don't even know. Is it rededicate? Rededicate. Say it, rededicate. That's it. All right, let's keep going. Rededicate them as temples of God. It's classic. Eradicate. I straight up left out the D. Eradicate. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So anyway, then it says, and they will see Satan and cast him from your bodies with all his diseases and all his uncleannesses, and happy will you be, for you will receive the reward of your steadfastness, and you will never see disease. Now, here comes the part where the yellow comes in. It says, and there was among the sick one that was more tormented by Satan than all the others, and his body was as parched as a skeleton. Okay, I think that's one of the uh, symptoms that was in, I don't know if it was arthritis or cancer, but it says something about weight changes, and this clearly is a weight change. So that's one symptom. And then it says, and his skin yellow as a falling leaf. Okay, like in the fall. Okay. Okay. And then it says, he was so weak. There, fatigue. There's another one. That's three symptoms right there. And then it says, he was so weak already that he could not even on his hands crawl to Jesus and cry only to him from afar. Master, have pity on me, for never has a man suffered. I'm gonna make this just a little bit bigger. It might be a little bit too small. So where was we at? Never has a man, well, has man suffered? Yeah, for never has man suffered, not from the beginning of the world, as I do suffer. I know that you are indeed sent by God, and I know that if you will, you can straightway cast out Satan from my body. Do not the angels of God obey God's messenger? Come, master, and cast out Satan from me now, for he rages angrily. If I did I say that properly? Yeah, angrily within me, and grievous is his torment. And Jesus answered him, Satan torments you thus greatly, because you have already fasted many days, and you do not pay him his tribute. You do not feed him with all the abominations with which you hitherto defile the temple of your spirit. You torment Satan with hunger, and so in his anger he torments you also. Fear not, for I tell you, Satan will be destroyed before your body is destroyed. For a while you fast and pray, the angels of God protect your body, that Satan's power may not destroy you. And the anger of Satan is impotent against the angels of God. Then they all came to Jesus with loud cries besought him, saying, Master, have compassion on him, for he suffers more than we all. And if you do not at once cast Satan out of him, we fear he will not live until tomorrow. And Jesus answered them, Great is your faith. Be it according to your faith. And you shall see soon face to face the fearful countenance of Satan and the power of the Son of Man, for I will cast out from you the powerful Satan by the strength of the innocent Lamb of God. The weakest creature of the Lord, for the Holy Spirit of God makes more powerful the weakest than the strongest. And Jesus milked an ewe, which was feeding among the grass, and he put the milk upon the sand made hot by the sun, saying, Lo, the power of the angel of water. Now this is part of the question: is any spirits over certain sicknesses? And this angel is one that helped get this healing done. We can all access the angel of water, but excuse me, you need to read more of it to see how that all goes. But anyway, at this particular part, it says, Lo, the power of the angel of water has entered this milk, and now the power of the angel of sunshine, there's another angel, will enter it also. And the milk became hot by the strength of the sun, and now the angels of water and of the sun will join with the angel of air. And lo, we got another angel, the angel of air also. So those three angels are included in performing this miracle. So then it says, and lo, let me make sure the angel, sun, water, air. Okay, got it. And lo, the vapor of the hot milk began to rise slowly into the air. Come and breathe in by your mouth the strength of the angels of water, of sunshine, and of air, that it may come into your body and cast out the Satan from you. And the sick man whom Satan tormented did breathe within himself deeply the rising whitish vapor. Straightway will Satan leave your body, since for 3 days he starves and finds no food within you. He will come out of you to satisfy his hunger by the hot steaming milk, for this food finds favor in his sight. He will smell its smell and will not be able to resist the hunger which has tormented him 3 days already. But the Son of Man will destroy his body, that he may torment none else again. Then the sick man's body was seized with an ague, and he retched as though he would vomit, but he could not. And he gasped for air, for his breath was spent, and he fainted on the lap of Jesus. Now does Satan leave his body? See him. And Jesus pointed to the sick man's open mouth. And then they all saw with astonishment and terror that Satan was coming out from his mouth in the shape of an abominable worm, straight towards the steaming milk. Then Jesus took 2 sharp stones in his hands and crushed the head of Satan, and drew out from the sick man all the body of the monster, which was almost as long as the man. When the abominable worm came out of the sick man's throat, he recovered at once his breath, and then all his pain ceased. And the others looked with terror at the abominable body of Satan. See what an abominable beast you carried and nourished in your body for long years. I have cast it out of you and killed it, that it may never again torment you. Give thanks to God that his angels have made you free, and sin no more. Lest Satan return to you again, let your body be henceforth a temple dedicated to your God. And then this next part says, and they were all amazed at his words and at his power. And they said, Master, you are indeed God's messenger and do know all secrets. I'm going to stop reading it soon, but it says, and you answered Jesus, be true sons of God, that you also may partake in his power and in the knowledge of all secrets. For wisdom and power can come only from the love of God. Love therefore your heavenly Father and your earthly mother with all your heart and with all your spirit, and serve them, that their angels may serve you also. Let all your deeds be sacrificed to God, and feed not Satan. For the wages of sin is death. You ain't lying about it. But with God lies the reward of the good, his love, which is knowledge and power of eternal life. And I'll stop right there. But this is in book 1 of the Essene Gospel of Peace. I don't know exactly what page it's on. My book in the other room. But this definitely did answer some of your question. So once again, I would say the answer to your question is yes. Let me make sure I'm answering it right. Does this contain the names of spirits over sickness like arthritis, cancer, and blood pressure? I ain't even checked blood pressure, but at least by the symptoms. But maybe some of the same symptoms that's in blood pressure is in cancer and arthritis. I don't know, but definitely some of the symptoms that was in cancer was in there, and maybe arthritis from just a little that I checked. This isn't even a whole 4-volume collection of books I looked through. That was just book 1. It's 3 more books, and I don't even know what's in book 4 entirely because I never even finished it. So I don't know what's all in here. Patricia, I don't even know if you still here. I don't know, maybe in the future about a logo. But right now, nah. Let me see. So yeah, I would definitely say check the Essene Gospel of Peace, Testament of Solomon. Ming suggested, what did you suggest? The Infancy of Jesus Christ. I think it's 2 books to that. So if it is, you might have to read both of them. And I also suggested Demonology of King James. But it sounds like so far from what I was able to skim through, definitely the Essene Gospel of Peace, book 1, and the Testament of Solomon, they both had some symptoms of these illnesses that I looked through. You're not going to find them by arthritis, blood pressure, and cancer. Those words aren't in these books, but the symptoms of them are in these books. And in the Essene Gospel of Peace, it talks about how you can get rid of it through the help of angels and stuff like that. In the Testament of Solomon, it says some stuff like that too. But not all the time. You didn't always have to use angels, but those 2 definitely got some stuff in it. You just got to read it and study it and see what you can find. And you can do it the way I did it to try to shorten up your study, but I would definitely just recommend reading the whole book of the Testament of Solomon. The Essene Gospel of Peace is a longer book because it's 4 books in one. The Testament of Solomon is just 1 book, and it's only like 100 and something chapters. It's not that long. You can read it all in one day, depending on how much time you got. And remember, you can listen to the audio. So that is my answer. I'm going to get out of here and go find something to eat and wrap up my day. Night. So, yeah, that's my answer. I'm sure it's more I can find if I was to look on here more, because I just remember certain things from the Essene Gospel of Peace and the Bible and the Testament of Solomon. If I had more time, I'm sure I could find more. But from what I can remember and go through today, yeah, that's all I can find. What? All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace be to the saints. Oh boy.